All right. So rundown. It is March. My birthday is Sunday. Today's
St. Patrick's.
Tuesday. What?
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah. 17th. All right. Corona is running wild. I think I have it.
Oh, that's the number one story?
We're going to talk about Corona, huh?
Oh, Corona's not the number one story in the world?
Oh, is it not Barstool Sports?
If you don't think Corona is the number one story in the world, in the country, in our world, in everybody's world, we're starting with Corona every day. I think I have it. I think I have it.
My lips are dry. I get a tingle in my throat. The world is falling apart.
I fucking hope you have it, Portnoy. I hope you do.
I won't say if I do. But like
you have to say if you do, you fucking scumbag. You have to say if you do.
That's a horrible thing to say.
What are you doing? You have to say if you have it.
I don't want to draw attention to myself.
No,
I can't
you have
hear
to
anything.
say so we can all get checked.
Barely even working.
You idiot.
Are you seeing anybody right now? If you're gonna be in contact with people, you have to tell them.
No, I've isolated myself. I'm in quarantine.
Were you sleeping when I called you?
I woke up to your text.
I woke up to it. I ran out here. I didn't even put on underwear. I'm naked. Deal with it. I sleep naked. That's just how it goes. I look like ass. That's how it goes. I had to get this out.
I wanted to break the news so bad to you.
You didn't break the news. You didn't say anything. I thought something happened with Corona.
Well, that's why I called you.
I thought it was a military takeover because of Corona.
If anybody else took an hour to respond to that news, you would have fucking fired him on the spot.
I didn't take an hour.
You took like 45.
I made a video because we're in quarantine. The markets opened at the same time, so there's a lot going on. This system that I used to upload the videos was asking me for a password, and it wasn't giving me fast enough. So it was one behind the password every time. You know how like you keep putting the wrong one in, one behind, one behind.
Up.
That's what's happening to me.
Shut up.
What is going on? Why is everything going like? See?
You're unbelievable.
Hold your breath for 10 seconds and see if you can hold it in.
I've tried. I can't. So I don't have it, I guess. But I've had a cold for a week. And that's like the big question. It's like, how do you know? Should I get tested? Should I go in or not?
I don't think you can get tested.
What?
I don't think you can get tested.
Right. So then it's, how am I being selfish? I thought I was not being selfish. Like Ibis Ira, who has it, who cares? Like, people are going to get this thing. You're going to get sick. You shouldn't make a big production. It just puts people in panic. So I wasn't going to mention that I thought I may have it.
But you've been in contact with like our entire office. So if you get it, you have to tell people.
No, I don't.
But honestly, I don't think you can get tested. I've tried. I've done everything you're supposed to do. You can't get tested unless you are rich and famous. So maybe you will get tested.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin was in the office the other day. You look like a bag of dicks. I told you that right to your face. You were getting everybody sick.
I'm sick, but
you
I don't
probably
have
got me sick. You probably got me sick.
If you have coronavirus, I don't have coronavirus. I have different symptoms.
Nobody knows what the symptoms are. They're different for everybody.
Absolutely do. They absolutely do know what they are. They 100%.
What are they?
Exactly.
What are they, Dr. Dan? What are they?
A deep cough and a lung pain.
Then I don't have it.
Okay, so you're good. So
anyway,
I'm coming to the office today. I'm getting killed. The market's up. I'm down. I'm losing all my money.
Your second emergency press conference was an embarrassment, Portnoy. An embarrassment.
People are hammering me on social media, hammering me. Oh, fuck you, fuck the Pats, this is the best day. People in Buffalo fucking throwing Corona parades like, oh, Brady's dead, Patriots are dead, KFC. I forget what he tweeted, that fucking loser. Something like, oh, Patriots are dead. Are people that stupid? I want Tom Brady for sentimental reasons. Like, I still think he's very good, but I wanted him to end his career so he could throw the parade. But the right move was to let him go.
Oh, we're going on to the other thing? I'm totally right. Fine. We want to talk about Brady. That's a big deal. I'll talk about that. But anybody out there who's seriously, and you guys just have to admit it, you have to
0.0.0.
Corona is a bigger story than Tom Brady's not signing with the Pats. That's just a fact.
0.0.0.
I thought Corona was a fraud. I thought Corona was just the flu. I thought it wasn't a big deal.
I'm not convinced of anything other than what's been said, Kevin, but I can't deny the reaction from the country. Kentucky Derby postponed, Masters postponed, and now I'm getting grief because Corona's not a big deal. We're in isolation. No one's in the office. It's a big deal. Corona is a big deal.
Everything, if we go back 2 weeks from today, you would have been saying, literally, I think on the rundown, Tom Brady will re-sign. There's a 0.0% chance Tom Brady doesn't re-sign with the Patriots, and the Corona is a little sniffles. Everything that you predicted has gone wrong. And now, is there a part of you, because I'm actually nervous, that this is the end of Dave Portnoy? The run is up.
It used to be everything coming up Pageviews. It's the total opposite now.
We did the Penn deal. We're here. Like we have this big New York office, and now Tom Brady is going to sign somewhere else, and we're back to our own fucking houses doing the stupid Skype show where we're yelling at each other. We are back to square one. We are the cavemen in reverse, going back to just like crawling up the ground like little fucking rats.
You're gonna get fat.
I can't hear you guys. It's cutting in and out so much. I don't know what the hell's going on.
You're going right back.
I haven't heard a word you've said. I almost did the Dan Freeze move.
He's lashing out. Dave, you might as well just like skip the inevitable here and just go outside right now and start fucking handing out papers. Because we're back. We're back to that.
Listen, as long as Penn doesn't go bankrupt, and I don't know, maybe they can, maybe they don't. I don't know. As long as they just have a pulse, we're good. As far as the Brady stuff, I was wrong. Listen. Tom Brady is not going anywhere.
He's not.
Anybody who says he's going anywhere is an idiot. It's the off season. You need things to talk about. The Patriots offer him the best chance to win a Super Bowl. They're offering him the most money or close to it. He just wants to feel wanted, which I don't blame him. Yeah. Mark my words. There is 0.0% chance he's leaving New England. Zero. There may be less than zero. Anybody who's saying that otherwise just wants to see his name in the newspaper, make some headlines for 2 days. That's it. He's not leaving. I guarantee you. Thank you, sir. Again, hand up. Is that what you guys wanted? Is that I thought he'd sign. But here's what I underestimated because I thought he's so different. Belichick, he looks out, he's the steward of this franchise. He's the steward of this heart. His job is make sure they're competitive, not just today, not just next year, but 10 years from now. So that's fine. So he's the greatest coach to ever do it. Brady, they couldn't meet in the middle. It was a mutual parting of the seas, and that's what it was. I was wrong. Credit to me. Hand up. Wrong.
Are you?
More leaders have to do that. More leaders have to say I'm wrong. I was wrong.
About which?
But,
Corona or Brady?
But I'm not. The verdict is still out on Corona. All right.
You need to apologize to Jeff Darlington right now.
Who's Jeff Darlington?
He's the guy who broke this, stayed by it, doubled down, tripled down, and you called him all sorts of fucking names, and he was dead ass right.
We need to wrap our minds around the fact that it is far more likely than not that Tom Brady will not be back with the Patriots. I am now at the point where I would be stunned if Tom Brady returns to the Patriots.
Or to the NFL
Jeff
Network.
Darlington worked at the NFL Network for a long time. Yeah. He don't know shit.
You're not panicking?
Zero. I don't know who Jeff Darlington is. So I'm not, if you want me to play, hey, Jeff Darlington, you were right. If what Kevin just said is right, then yeah, you're right. I'm the first to admit it. Hey, you cookies and milk for Jeff Darlington. Cookies and milk. Listen, what I said, it's sad. And sports fans should be sad that we can't see him end it in the same jersey. Michael Jordan played in a White Sox jersey. Brett Favre, he was a Vikings, and Joe Montana. If you go back and read and listen to what I've said, which I know you guys won't want to do because you guys you're the spin doctors, you're the press, you like spinning. I, from the beginning, said Tom Brady would not end as a Patriot. I didn't think it would be this year, but I always said he would not end.
We'll give you that, but you were so fucking adamant it wasn't going to be this year.
Kevin, because that's how I live my life. It's the opposite of you. It's not a miserable fuck always waiting for the world to fall down on his head. I'm trying to keep it positive. I'm trying to keep it 100, as the kids say, and build some momentum. I want him back. But now that he's gone, it's not devastating. This is, from a football perspective, the right move. You got that idiot Steve Che. I want to take that kid's glasses and stomp on him right in front of his face and watch him fucking bump into a wall.
He's going to lose his job. Yes, he's
What?
going to lose his job. You're going to fire him. You're going to fire him.
Well,
because
he's an obnoxious fuck. He should stay on the second floor or third floor. But, like, if I'm a different team, I don't want a 42-year-old quarterback that I mortgage my future on. I don't.
Dave, here's my only question, and this is very reminiscent of, like, the 98 Bulls and Jerry Krause, the famous saying, organizations win championships, not players. But that's, like, maybe football, you could tell yourself a little bit more than basketball because it's 5 players in basketball. But at the end of the day, there will never be another Tom Brady.
No, you're right, but there'll never be another Belichick. And I say, and I've said, and you've asked me this over the course of the last 20 years, you guys have asked me this lots. If I had one pick, who would I take, Belichick or Brady? And let's be honest, what did I always say?
Belichick.
Yeah, you did.
But
I agree with you.
Is, what's your plan B? What's, if you still had Jimmy G or someone
Nick.
Andy Dalton.
Listen, we may not win the Super Bowl next year, but Bill Belichick always has a plan. Always.
Are you a little, like, do you think Robert Kraft tried at the last minute to be like, hey, we got to keep him?
No, from everything that they're saying, and I have some, like, people close to this, there was obviously a little bit of discord between Belichick and Brady, and I think the Patriots were competitive, but not like over the top. And we need you. Let us, like, bow down. And Brady wasn't like, I'm going to give you a discount. Okay. And they weren't willing to meet. Nobody came in at the end when this thing was falling apart to be like, Tom, what can we do? And they kind of just let each other go. And I think they're both at peace with the decision.
Okay. All right. Last question then. So all this happens, and next year, like, Tom Brady's on the Bucs. How are you? It is crazy. It's crazy. But how are you feeling?
Imagine him wearing those uniforms with that dork Stephen Che. Stephen Che, that
he's gonna get fired.
Came up. He came up to me. He's like, I broke down all of Tom Brady's game. You think Tom Brady gives a fuck about you breaking down his game film, you dork?
Oh my God. All right. So here's the other thing we were talking about today. Ron and I were joking on the Yak that there's a small part of you that probably is waiting for Bill Belichick to send you a text being like, hey, you remember how it was always Belichick, Brady, Portnoy? Well, guess what? Brady's gone. You're moving up to 2, buddy. We got a lot of things we got a lot of things. We got a workflow you got to pick up here. Are you waiting for that?
I'm not waiting for it, but if it comes to that, I will. Listen, I am a Patriot first, Tom Brady fan second. That's just how it goes. I will do what this is a franchise. Kevin, the fact that you think this is like the end of the Patriots, why? Because Brady, as long as Belichick and Kraft are still there, it's not. They won 10 games with Castle.
I don't think you remember a world what it's like when you don't have a quarterback. It's not a pretty sight, Dave. Welcome to fucking hell. You're down in the dumps with me now. You're not.
Yeah, but look at what the Patriots have done. They've developed quarterbacks already. Brissett's pretty good. Garoppolo, Castle, they won with. What makes you think he can't keep pulling rabbits out of his hat?
Who's it gonna be? What if even if
Kevin,
you start right now?
Kevin is Corona.
Even if you start that process right now, it's going to be a lengthy process.
We may have one down year. Maybe not. People say Stidham. People are saying Stidham looks like a young Brady.
Wait, so Dave, back to my other question though. Are you going to be rooting for Brady if he's like on the Bucs or the Chargers? Because what's going to happen is the NFL is going to put him in the maximum amount of primetime games. Like he will be on Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football.
I will root for Tom Brady unless he is playing the Patriots. 100%.
Okay.
A man of honor and integrity. He's given me so much and taken away so much from you.
Do you think that what I was saying though earlier about like we're back to square one? Are you worried about that at all? That like your empire is crumbling?
You know, the stock market's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not laughing because if the empire crumbles, I'm gonna be fucking Jamie Lannister under a bunch of rocks, like you know, whatever, whoever died, and you're gonna be like picking him off and be like, there he is, he's dead. So I'm not laughing. Like the empire
No, I
crumbles,
didn't want.
I'm in the rubble.
I don't like the stock market crashing.
I'm very anti stock market crashing. Pro stock market being up for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've lost a lot of money,
How have you done trading today?
but it's bad. So some guys aren't meant to have money, and like I'm one of them. Like when I get it, I get rid of it quickly.
At least you got it, Dave. At least you got it. I'd like to
Yeah.
at least get it so you
Yeah.
lose it.
I wish I didn't though. I wish I waited. I wish I didn't have it because then I keep operating under this influence, this thing that it's like, oh, the market's down. You got to jump in and capitalize, and then it goes down a lot more the next day. It's very reminiscent of how I dealt with Twitter.
It's almost like you don't know what you're doing.
It's
Well,
pretty much.
I'm
an
gonna
idiot
say
who
I
loves the
picked
stock
a
market.
pretty unusual time. I mean, the world is ending, so
You're living out Brewster's Millions, but there's no prize at the end.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm eating so much food again too. Fat Dave's
Oh.
definitely coming back.
I'm
I have
telling you,
macaroni and
you're-
cheese,
Listen, you're gonna
chicken
be
fingers,
quarantined.
and grilled chicken plate for lunch.
You're gonna be quarantined. You're gonna get pale. You're gonna get fat again, and your hair plugs are gonna fall out, and we're just back to fucking normal with gross Dave and no money and Skype. It's gonna be a catastrophe.
I'm not ruling out Corona either. I know I don't have the symptoms, but I just don't know how a man can be this noodle for this long.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
want to
That's
go
why
to the
it's
office
crazy.
today. I force myself not to go to the office. I have such a strong desire to work, such a strong desire to be there and lead from the front, and I force myself not to go today.
That's why it's crazy you haven't taken Corona seriously, because you kept on saying everyone who dies has an underlying health issue. You have underlying noodle. You've had it for years and years and years.
Herman-
Yeah, like noodles. I don't. That's no one knows what the noodle is.
Yeah,
one of
right.
the-
Exactly. It's even worse. Yeah.
The CDC said noodle, deep cough, lung pain, and noodle.
I have no lung pain. I have lungs for an ox. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, not one.
You should didn't you try to hold your breath underwater or something for a while? You should try to do that.
Yeah,
Go hop in your
underwater
tub.
man.
Yeah, hop in the bathtub.
Get in
Yeah.
there. Fuck. I'm happy we're back. I mean, this is like I'm
Yeah.
crying, I'm laughing, but I'm also crying because it's like the world is
Yep.
coming to an end. But man, it's,
I don't
it's
even
good to
know
have
you guys are so jiggity in the beginning. It doesn't work on my computer. I got to walk to the office because Pete's leaving me a mic, I guess. I don't know. The whole whatever. It is what it is. Listen, Tom Brady's not on the Patriots. It's crazy. He's been a
What?
Patriot since we've been doing this thing.
It is
Crazy.
not. It's gonna be wild to see him. I don't know if they'll do a press conference because of coronavirus, but the Bucks of all teams, the Bucks,
Ugh.
like
Stephen Shea
it's just
disgusts me.
Gross.
He disgusts me. Let me tell you, but honestly, I'm not going to ask you, Kevin, because I know you won't give an unbiased answer. From a football perspective, don't you think
Yes.
this is better for the Patriots?
not next
They
year.
had a
no.
better plan B, I would say.
No,
yes,
but if for the future of this franchise.
It
No,
depends. Yeah.
it's not like they were going to sign him for like 10 years. He's got a few years
Yeah,
left
but
in him.
It's still decisions like that tie you up. You can't do things you want.
No,
They-
but
it's-
here's
if they
the
had-
thing.
every move they've been making has been like for a win now, hasn't it?
No,
They haven't been
here's
like
where it,
rebuilt.
yeah, here's
they
where
always
it will
let
hurt.
guys go. This is what they do when you don't expect it. They part ways. That's the Belichick
No,
way.
but
That's
Dave-
why they've been competitive for the last 20 years.
Here's where it will hurt is that if he signs with the Bucks for like 2 years, $20 million a year, then it was all personal. Because then like that is a great deal. Like that's great. Tom Brady for that value, and you don't have to commit to him long term. Is every team should want that. But I don't know
but
if
at the
he'll.
same
I think he'll
time-
probably get $30 million.
I feel like Brady always is willing. Like I feel like he wants to prove it. So I feel like he's not going to take a lot of money because he wants to take the discount and win.
Well, I mean, nobody's saying that he's going to take a discount, so that would be a surprise.
Right. If
You
he
think
takes a
he's gonna take
discount
the
though,
max he can get?
They're saying he's getting a huge contract. Steve Che is probably going to have to go do fucking blood drives for himself to get him over there so he can watch. There is a part of me, as much as I like Brady, I'm going to like watching him lose and watch Steve Che be a little bitch.
Kevin, you know what Stephen Che did to Dave yesterday after Dave lost like $200,000 on the stock market?
200,000.
How much? Sorry, whatever you want.
Closer to like 4.
Stephen Che walked up to him and was like, "Hey, Dave, this might be the last time I see you in a while. Can I get a picture with you doing a sad face in case Tom Brady comes to the Bucs?"
Oh my God! For real?
He's so stupid and arrogant and idiotic and slimy and sneevely and disgusting and wormy. He didn't even realize he was doing anything wrong.
I told him today, I was like, "Hey, Steven, like, you're my guy. There will be a point in time, probably about week 3, that Dave will come up to me and be like, I have to fire Stephen Che." And I was like, "I'll fight for you, but it won't matter. Like, he's going to just fire you."
After that move, I'm surprised he hasn't been fired. Holy shit.
Well, no, it's sometimes you don't want to fire somebody that you want to torture.
He's also like the nicest human being alive, and everything he does is like meant in a nice way. He's not doing it as a mean person. So it's very hard. Like, it's annoying, but it's also very hard to be like, wow, Stephen Che is really sticking it to me.
I don't know.
Disgusting.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else?
No,
I'm
so
going to
guys...
finish off the day on the markets.
Bye. Good luck.